What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to my team for Game Week 9, where we look back at Game Week 8 and how I did and look what I'm planning to do moving forward into Game Week 9 so you can see what a top 1% player is doing in the Fantasy Premier League game. So if that is something that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because we do this every week, and also check out my merchandise store where we have limited edition merchandise for our road to 10k. It will only be available until we hit 10,000 subscribers, so if you're interested, go check that out. Anyway, on to today's episode, and today we are starting off with our star performers because we made no transfers last game week. I carried over 2 transfers for this international break just in case a bunch of players got injured, so I wouldn't have to take too many hits in case that happened. So far it looks like Fraser and Salah from my side are in doubt, but we'll have to wait and see until a little bit closer to the deadline to see if we need to transfer them out. But at the moment, no transfers have been made, although there's one that is very, very likely. But we'll get on to that. We're starting off with the star performers, like I said, and the star performer for the game week. It was kind of tied. It was Callum Wilson and Eden Hazard getting the top spot, but Hazard had the captain's armband, which meant he got 28 points. Wilson would have also got 28 points. He got 14, but didn't have the captain's armband. Both put in great performances for me, but a bunch of players turned up this game week, which was really, really good to see. Hazard managed to get his 28 points with the captain's armband from 1 goal and 1 assist with 3 bonus points, 5 attempts on goal, 4 from inside the box, 1 shot on target, which was a big chance, which he put away. And he also created 4 chances, 3 of them being big chances for his teammates. Now, Hazard has looked incredible this season in Sarri's system. So Hazard looks like he's one that is going to stay in my side for the whole season and looks world class at the moment. So if you've got him, do not move him out. And just to add on, this is the 8th game week in a row where I made my captain choice correctly, which I think is the longest I've ever made the correct captain choice out of all the players in my side that regularly. So I'm really proud of having to manage that with Hazard being the best captain choice over the likes of Kane, who I managed to resist from transferring in, and Aguero, who didn't do as well as Eden Hazard did by a long shot. Then we got Callum Wilson at 6.4 million. He was very close to being transferred out my side, but instead of transferring him out, which was one of the things I was considering, I kept him in just so I had the 2 transfers for the international break, and it paid off. Wilson getting 14 points from 1 goal, 2 assists, 2 bonus points, 3 attempts on goal, all from inside the box with 2 shots on target, one of them being a big chance, and he also created 1 chance, which also was a big chance. Now, Callum Wilson, Joshua King, Ryan Fraser and Brooks from Bournemouth all look like very good options. Potentially now I may have preferred King, whereas at the beginning of the season I would have preferred Callum Wilson. So it's a bit catch-22, and Bournemouth's fixtures do get a lot more difficult moving forward after 2 quite nice fixtures, to be honest, in Game Week 9 and Game Week 10. So Callum Wilson probably isn't going anywhere now as I just wait for those 2 nice fixtures to go past. So finally Callum Wilson comes in big. And then the final person in the star performers was Aaron Ramsey at 7.4 million. Aaron Ramsey didn't even start, and I was worried that my transfer of Ramsey in from last game week would be an absolute failure, and I was already considering who I'd bring in instead of him. Bringing in Ramsey was mainly because of the fixtures, and fortunately for me, he did come on as a substitute, which at first I was a bit disappointed about because it meant Bennett would stay on the bench. However, he then turned up with 10 points from a substitute appearance with 1 goal and 1 assist, getting 1 bonus point. He only actually had 1 attempt on goal, which was from inside the box, and he scored. And he only created 1 chance, but it got me the 10 points. So happy with the return, not so happy with the underlying stats and the fact that he didn't start. So we'll have to monitor Ramsey, but very happy to get those 10 points in what was a good game week for me. So the rest of the team actually did rather well as well. We had Matt Ryan coming in with some clean sheet points, which I've been waiting for. And to be honest, I've been watching everyone with Patricio thinking, why didn't I bring in Patricio? But Ryan finally got 9 points, and Brighton look like they have a decent run of fixtures going towards the Christmas period, so hopefully there'll be more clean sheets to come. Alonso also got a clean sheet as well, 6 points for him, with Trippier getting 7 points from a clean sheet as well. So the defence turning up apart from Holebas, and Holebas actually got a -1 for another yellow card and for the fact that Bournemouth absolutely romped home against Watford. And watching Bennett sit on the bench with 7 points, I regretted my decision of playing Holebas for the chance of him actually getting assists when I could have just gone with the clean sheet of Wolves. But c'est la vie, it happened. I still had a good game week. And then we also had in midfield Fraser, Salah and Maddison. Maddison, the first game week, he hasn't returned for me since I brought him in. And Salah, we all know about Salah. And to be honest, with that injury hanging over his head now would be kind of the final straw pushing me towards transferring him out if he doesn't play in the next game. If I hear that he isn't playing in the next game before the deadline, I will transfer him out. And I'm not 100% sure if I'll transfer him in. However, we will cover who I'd bring in for him. And then we have Fraser as well. He did manage to get a return in the romping of Bournemouth versus Watford, getting 6 points as well, adding to my total. But he is also now a risk and a doubt. Of course, with the red, Holebas is actually out of the next fixture because of all his yellow cards. So Holebas is most likely going to be transferred out. And then it's a case of, do I need to replace Salah and Fraser? And then Aguero didn't really get any returns for me, which is a shame. But neither did the likes of Kane, who a lot of people have brought in for Aguero, so I was okay with that. Although anyone that had Aubameyang or Lacazette instead, of course, did very, very well for himself. And then on the bench, Bennett, of course, with 7 points, which was unlucky for me. Even Wan-Bissaka would have been a better choice than Holebas, but never mind. And Ings, I wasn't expecting him to do anything this game week, so it's okay that he only got 1 point because I put him on the bench. So overall, that gave me 85 points for the game week, above the average of 50, which is perfect. 35 points above the average is absolutely a great game week. That gave me a game week rank of 60,355th, moving my overall rank up to 47,116th and giving me an overall points of 529, which is a lot better than it was looking previously. That is a massive jump, slashing more than half of my ranking, so I'm very, very happy with how the boys performed in game week 8. Looking at how I can line up in game week 9, at the moment we can see my goalkeeper's not going to change really with Ryan and Button unless I actually have some transfers and I don't feel like I need to change my side. So at the moment we're sticking with Ryan against Newcastle away. There's the chance of a clean sheet. We will see. However, Newcastle's fixtures now start to look pretty tasty, so there are some options we could consider there, but I'm not sure there's anyone there I'd like to take a punt on just yet. Then we've got Alonso against Man United. Who knows what Man United side are going to turn up, but Alonso can score goals in any game, so he is staying in the starting 11. Trippier against West Ham away. Trippier's done very well for me. There's a chance he or Alonso gets transferred out, but it's unlikely with the other issues in my side. And then Bennett is currently in the starting 11 because Holebas can't be in there and Wan-Bissaka's away at Everton, whereas Bennett is at home against Watford. Although, of course, Watford are capable of getting a result, I have some faith in the Wolves' defence. Even if they do concede 1 or 2, they have done very, very well this season. Then in midfield, we've got Ramsey, Maddison, Hazard, Salah and Fraser. Hazard not going anywhere, even in a big game against Man United. He will get the vice-captain armband. Maddison and Ramsey playing each other, which hopefully one of them gets points. Let's just put it that way, because we have an issue with Salah and Fraser with both of them. Doubts for the game week 9. So, to be honest, Salah could be transferred out to anyone. Fraser is a bit more difficult to substitute out, so Fraser may stay in the side. I'm imagining that I'm going to keep a Bournemouth midfielder when the fixtures get tougher for Bournemouth, so we'll see what goes on there. And then Callum Wilson and Aguero starting up front, both at home against Burnley for Aguero with the captain's armband, and Wilson against Southampton at home as well. So that is the starting lineup at the moment, not including any transfers, but who could potentially be transferred in. So the watch list includes the guy from last week, which includes Matt Doherty. Now Doherty, at 4.7 million, he's so far this season had 8 starts, 1 goal, 2 assists. His underlying stats are very, very good. He's still cheap, 4.7 million. Could have got him at 4.4 if I'd moved quick enough, but that's unfortunately not the case. He would be an easy replacement for Holebas, which now unfortunately doesn't mean I actually gain any money, which it would have gained a little bit if I'd made it earlier. Unfortunately, I went Holebas, rolled the dice there, it didn't work. But he looks a very, very good option. The only downside of him is I've already got Bennett, and Bennett is rising in price as well. Do I just accept the fact that Bennett is very unlikely to get attacking returns when there is an option only 0.5 million more expensive that is a lot more likely to get attacking returns on top of the clean sheet? That's unlikely, and Holebas needs to be transferred out, so Doherty looks like a good option. Then we've got Mane at 9.9 million. That is in case Salah is out. There are other people in contention. You've of course got Sterling. You've got Kevin De Bruyne, who is scheduled to come back. So there's plenty of people I could bring in for Mohamed Salah. I kind of want Liverpool coverage for the next 2 games though, which is why at the moment Mane probably just about pips it. And then we've got Mitrovic also on the watch list, but I'm also looking at the likes of Arnautovic as well. It would mean trying to save some money elsewhere. If Mane is coming in for Salah, I can upgrade one of my strikers, Ings, to someone more expensive, Mitrovic. At 6.9 million, the fixtures start to look better for him now, and he's got 5 goals and 1 assist in 8 games, which is very, very good for a side that has just been promoted. Arnautovic also looks very good with the fixtures turning for the better for West Ham as well, though. So there's something to consider there. However, I've only got 2 transfers, so we are waiting to see who is more urgent to transfer out. Is it Fraser? Or is it Mohamed Salah on top of the Jose Holebas issue? Also, David Brooks is an option to come in for Fraser. Cheaper, also looks a very good attacking threat, but there's the fear of rotation with Stanislas around the corner, which makes me wonder if I should make that move until I get a better look of how the picture is at Bournemouth. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. As always, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the channel. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and check out all the links in the description down below, including the merchandise store if you want that merchandise. We are on our way to 10k, having just hit over 9,500. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Leave your comments in the comments down below. Let's get a conversation going around Game Week 9, and I will try and actually respond to some of the comments because I'm getting bad at that and I apologise. So I will do my best to be down in the comments down below. So make sure to comment and I'll make sure to try and answer them. That being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.